Hi, Fred. I just gave you some recent articles about probiotics where they use the human intestinal microbes from obese people and put them into mice that had no probiotic population, and they fed them a high-fat, high-sugar diet, and they obviously got obese. Now, obesity is such a problem in the United States and even worldwide that obesity affects 300 million people worldwide, according to the World Health Organization, and it increases the risk of a host of illnesses such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and certain cancers. Could you please make some comments on this? Because many people are just saying it's big bones, it's junk food, it's genes, it's poor parenting. Where are you coming from on all this, Fred?
Well, this kind of a study, I think a lot of money is, in this day and age, is wasted on studies. Now, I'm not saying this kind of a study isn't going to go anywhere. I kind of have my doubts, though, it isn't going to really go anywhere, because to me, this type of a study would be suggesting something like it takes some bacteria out of a goat's feces and implant it into the stomach of a cow and expect the cow to start producing goat's milk. That's the same type of a study, ignoring totally the physiology that's taking place. Now, we already know that people on certain type of diets that are not conducive to good health, it's going to have an effect on your intestinal flora. The human animal has probably someplace between 2 and 5 pounds of intestinal flora, which is bacteria that can be used in a positive way or a negative way. So the answer to that question is not to look for some bacteria that we can implant into the digestive system of an overweight person and help him to lose weight. The idea is try to invest the money in the technology to show these people how to be able to follow some kind of a lifestyle that is attainable for them, that will accomplish their goals. Now, I'm not just talking about weight loss here, because there's many different ways to losing weight that are not conducive to being a healthy person. I'm talking about making people healthy so to be able to get control of their cravings, so to be able to maintain their body weight and a lot of the other essentials that are vital to being a healthy person. So a study like that, to me, it's a waste of money. I think this kind of money should be invested into educating people today in our society how to become healthy, how to avoid some of these diseases, how to possibly losing their desire to eat these foods that are not conducive to being healthy and to being overweight. Tremendous amount of studies have already shown how food scientists are using certain foods and the effect on a hypothalamus gland to actually creating this type of chemistry. The food scientists, technologists are actually creating a chemistry in their food that actually creates all these problems in our diet, and that's fat, sugar, salt, and sugar. And they know how to manipulate these 4 foods in processed foods that stimulate the far left area of the hypothalamus gland, where you are seeking these foods as a means of pleasure, almost seeking it as if you're trying to satisfy hunger or your sexual desire. So, to me, I believe this is a waste of money.
Thank you, Fred. And that kind of backs up the second article I gave you about, which is early differences in the microbial composition in children may predict overweight. And some of their introduction conclusions was that children find themselves in a vicious circle. Obese children often become obese adults, and maternal obesity overnourishes the fetus, thus programming the adult size and health with the heightened risk of obesity later in life. And they had related this to low-grade inflammation and the gut microbacteria that exist for contributing factors for overnutrition. But that kind of supports the whole process of wanting to make sure that they have a healthy lifestyle, so they have a good bacteria flora within their system. You want to make some closing comments on that, please?
Well, the gut bacteria, the microflora, is an end result of what you're putting in your mouth. So we don't want to look for to create the problem and look for a solution to the problem when the ideal solution would be, let's not create the problem. Now, a lot of people think, changing your lifestyle is unattainable for most people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Once you take a person and you start them on this journey in a way that seems like it's a gradual change, they will grow in their ability, in their knowledge, in their ability to pursue this type of a lifestyle. This kind of information gives many people a false hope of dealing with this type of a situation that exists in this country as far as health is concerned, as far as obesity is concerned, without getting at the underlying cause. I believe we've long passed looking for magic bullets or magical solutions. I'm not denying that we have the most medical, scientific advanced medical technology. I mean, people are getting laparoscopic surgery and dealing with their obesity that way. I believe there's another way. I believe the other way is to educate people, teach them how to eat, get them to understand what they're really doing, and do not resort to all these marvelous, so-called marvelous medical interventions unless there's no other way out. There's a much simpler way. There's tremendous amount of information out there. It's not all or nothing. There are people that make you think it's all or nothing, that you have to go to the most radical lifestyle to accomplish your goal. And that's the other side of the coin. To me, that's more nonsense also. There is a way to do this that the average person that wants to be a willing participant in their own recovery, to help recover their health, there is a way to do this. Our message is to get people to be able to meet them where they're at, to encourage them in this journey, to take them by the hand right from the very, very beginning, and to guide them along this road with our experience and our clinical knowledge, and be able to do this not as some kind of a prescription. This is basically simple education where people can educate themselves without any risk, and to go along with this with the advice, with the consent of their physician. Most doctors go along with a good lifestyle change. They want people to change too. They're not able to convince people that they have to do that. Most of the times when people go to a doctor, they're going there thinking there's no other way out. They want a magic bullet, and the doctor, in spite of if he's willing to share good information about lifestyle changes, he ends up giving them the medication. It's not always necessary. People can change. They can change their health and their chemistry by making the changes and removing the cause of disease. And we have the ability and the knowledge today to really avoid a lot of our diseases and live much longer than we think are possible.
Thanks, Fred. That's great. And if you want to learn a little bit more about this, go to the website fredbisci4health.com, and go to our blog also and make some comments, please. Thank you.